call the meeting to order. If you would stand and join us with a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out on such a beautiful Saturday. We do have sign-up sheets that we remembered to bring this time over there on the desk. If you'd like to sign up, please do that. Okay, we're going to have also an events committee. An event committee has been formed where they're going to be having a meeting January 25th at 10 a.m. here at the community center. It's a committee of folks that have gotten together to help try to spearhead all the activities people would like to try to do and help coordinate things is what it's going to do. So that's going to be January 25th at 10 a.m. here. We also have an announcement on the Snack Shack options. The board has still been looking at options and reviewing different things of what we think we can afford or what we think would be reasonable. We're not ready to put anything out yet just because we're still pulling some prices together of different ways of doing it and to what degree. So if I could get an approval for the December 14 minutes, the meeting minutes, I'd like to get a motion for approval.
I'll motion.
Second.
For the first and the second, all the yeas?
Yay.
Nays? Yeas carried. Okay, then if I could get an approval for the December 14th, 2019 executive meeting minutes. A motion?
Motion.
Second.
For the first and the second, all the yeas?
Yay.
Nays? Yeas carried. Okay, then moving on to reports. With wearing two hats at this time, as a treasurer's report. If somebody wants to see me right after the meeting, I'll go over some things with them. I didn't want to put this out yet, just because it might be just a little confusing. We've closed out several of our bank accounts to go to a different bank. So it makes goofy numbers showing all of a sudden zeros and then real big numbers over here. Plus the fact of, in fine tuning this, we have restricted accounts. These restricted funds in the system, sometimes instead of taking the money out of that, it took it out of our general fund, out of our operating fund. So we're catching that now. So we're trying to fine tune that all in the programming of this. But if somebody would like to get with me, I'll be glad to kind of go over this. To give you an idea though, we roughly spent about where'd it go?
117.
Oh, we spent $17,817.36 in the month of December. Currently, in our amplified account, we have $532,000, $9.90. Now that is a combination. That's all our money, basically, of that. That also encapsulates our restricted funds. So if you think, oh boy, you got a lot of money there, restricted funds are all being held just in that account until we want to pull on those. And there's a separate ledger that shows how much is in each one of those accounts. We do have in our operating account currently $223,811.25. That number is a little high. It's higher than what we're going to normally have. Some of that is going to get transferred back out. Just due to the fact when we closed all these other accounts, we had to put it someplace real quick between these two accounts. So to give you an idea on our amplified account, already for a short December from when that account was really open, the money that was in there, we've already what was it, over $443 in interest we earned on that amount of money already. So we can see that's going to add up for us as we go along throughout the year. So like I said, afterwards, if anybody has anything, I'd gladly go over it with you. I was just afraid if I put it out right now until after for the next meeting now, everything should level off, all the accounts, everything's a cash in, cash out, so it'd be real simple. So after that, then we're gonna move on to, under Treasury's reports also, sorry, statements have went out to those who have owed 2 years' assessments. The deadline is March 1st, or those are sent to collections. So statements have went out on that for folks that owe 2 years and more. So then maintenance report, Mr. Mike.
Well, as you can imagine, people are out right now clearing waterways with all the rain. So just bear with us. They're getting the ditches that are clogged up by tree branches and all the waterways. Woodland Dam is shut down currently, so you'll have to go around the low water bridge to get around there. In the next couple weeks, next month, we are going to start on Crystal Lake Bathhouse. We're going to start renovating that, making it nice and new, kind of like the family bathhouse that we did. And eventually, once we get all of our, the maintenance people get all their stuff done, we're going to have Dave come in again and do the painting and the floor like we did on the family bathhouse. You know, weather permitting, you know, he has to have it certain temperature and low humidity, so we're going to try to work that in so it's done before the opening of it, but we'll see on the weather. That's it right now. All maintenance request and everything else, normal stuff.
Scooter, he had sent me a message that there is free mulch somewhere.
Yes.
You want to let people know where that is?
Right down here where the old dumpsters used to be. We're in the process of making a bigger parking lot for that. There is some mulch there that a Splendish has, or Splendy, however you want to pronounce it, has put over there if anybody wants to grab some. Because eventually what we're going to do is get rid of it. So
Jason had sent me some videos, but they didn't come out real well to put on the TV. But looks like we've got new gravel at Woodland Lakes parking area. They did
yes,
work on
yep.
New rails at Greens Lake.
Yeah, those old rails, they were the wood 4x4s, and you could blow the wind could blow them over. They were, so we decided to put up new railings and paint them yellow. It looks pretty nice. You get a chance to stop by there and take a look at them.
Looks like they re-gravelled the parking lot down here at Crystal Lake, and new rails at Spring Lake Park as well. So,
Yep.
good job, guys.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Lake and Fish. That'd be a little bit of a combination here, I think, Hazel?
Well, we're gonna have the fish probably next month, the end of next month. He will be putting fish in his lake. We're gonna spend something like $14,000 on those fish. So, we're also working on Crystal.
Yeah, we've been having a little bit of trouble, as you all know. You know, that was supposed to be done in July, but so recently sent a kind of a nasty email to Von Arx Engineering, and here's what I got back. As we discussed this morning, our intention is to complete the project. We apologize for the delay. I still need information from the pump supplier to complete the final specifications and drawings for the pumps and equipment. I've been working with Jason at Vandeventer Engineering for those items. He told me yesterday that he should have those items to me very soon. I just received them while composing this message, and it is attached. With that info in hand, we can proceed on the following schedule. Plans and specs complete January 15th, 2020. Pre-bid meeting on site January 17th, 2020. Sample invitation to bid attached. Bids opened January 31st, 2020. This may be a little short, could consider February 7th, 2020. Award contract February 14th, 2020. Begin construction March 2nd, 2020. Project complete 5/4/2020. We will need to discuss any items that are not in the contract that Woodland Lakes will install in coordination of those items with contractor so that we can clearly identify the contractor's scope of work. Please accept my apologies for the delay. I look forward to discussing the scope items next week as we finalize drawings. Best regards, David Von Arx. So that's our latest update on Crystal Lake.
And I would like to add on to, we know Emerald Lake has been leaking. Was about a month ago, we found a hole where it was going through, 2 holes, and we put some stuff to stop it from leaking. And we checked it yesterday and did not see any leaking out of there. We're watching it right now to see if it's still gonna do what it was. So we're looking into it, we're working on it. That's all I have right now. But there you go.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, and now we're going to move on to, it's not on the agenda, it had to be added, some SOP updates.
Yeah, I got a couple here. Liquidation, 10.8, liquidation of trustee equipment and assets. All material and property other than general scrap materials shall be put out for sale from the trusteeship. The trusteeship shall notify by posting in the office, at the gatehouse, and on the website, items for sale. Any real property asset that the trusteeship intends to liquidate, sell, with a value over $50 shall be placed for sale by the sale of real estate. One is setting a sale amount by treasurer with input from realtor. Number 2, clearly identifying said assets, for sale sign with a for sale sign. Posting such assets for sale at the office, gatehouse, and official Woodland Lakes trusteeship website. Number 4, once a property is placed for sale by the trusteeship, property owners owning a neighboring lot with common property borders will have 2 weeks to have the first buy option. It is the responsibility of the interested property owner to contact the trusteeship with their desire to purchase. Number 5, if no neighboring properties owners contact the trusteeship to purchase a property asset, the property asset will be open for sale to the general public. Number 6, once an offer for purchase of property asset has been accepted by the treasurer, the buyer has 10 days to pay in full for the property asset, or the property asset will be placed back up for sale. Number 7, once payment for said property has been satisfied, the trusteeship will issue a general warranty deed to buyer and file the same with the Washington County Recorder of Deeds. The next SOP is 10.10, the community center / common ground usage. Any and all groups wanting to use Woodland Lakes Community Center and Common Ground for fundraisers to raise money for their groups must be registered nonprofit group. Number 1, they must provide the trusteeship expenditures, profit and loss financial statements every 6 months. Number 2, the community center / common ground usage agreement must be filled out. Number 3, must pay the deposit and required community center usage charge. Number 4, the community center common ground usage agreement must be signed and deposit paid, and the required usage charge must be paid to save the date. If an individual property owner would like to do a fundraiser to raise money, they must be sponsored by Woodland Lakes trusteeship. They must turn over all monies raised to Woodland Lakes. Thank you.
Okay.
Hold on, you missed number 6, or she didn't give you number 6. It says, any fundraisers that do not fall under these categories will require board approval.
Okay. Is there anything up there, Lynn, or somebody get the sheets? Thank you. Mr. Craig.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the maintenance department for the culvert ditches you put in on my road. They're working greatly. Second of all, our big fundraiser is coming up February 15th. It's a Valentine's Day dinner dance. It's for the Woodland Lakes Community Neighborhood Watch. Tickets are $35 a piece or $17.50 per person. It starts at 6 o'clock right here. Like to see you all there. I do have tickets in my pocket if you guys need to buy some. We also have first lot chances on sale. If we draw your number, your first lot assessment is paid for the following year. If you already have that paid, it gets paid for the next year. But it'll cost you $5 a chance. We have those tickets here for you on sale. These are all money-making things, so we can take that money and put it back into development and fix up places. We did the pump house just last year. We put a new roof on it, metal roof, so nobody has to touch it anymore. We've also bought chairs in here. All the stuff in this place we basically purchased with the money that we raised from you guys. Just to let you know that. That is all that's going on. The only other question I have is the changes that the board has made. It says that you have to be registered nonprofit. Our group is registered nonprofit. If we turn in our financial statements to you, do we still have to pay for the use of the community center? Since
Yes.
we are raising money to put it
If
back
it's-
into the community.
If it's a pay event that, that someone has to pay a fee or to get into, yes.
So you're gonna charge a,
For instance, the Valentine's dinner. I mean, there's only so many tickets sold. It's a for profit.
it's all as big as you can get in here.
Right.
I mean, we can't allow any more people than what we have tickets sold for because there's a capacity.
It's just
In
a
this
way to
place.
kind of get a grip on this whole thing because you've got a lot of groups that are trying to farm and,
I get it, but we are a licensed nonprofit organization
right, that's
through
why
the state of
we,
Missouri. And we are raising money to better this community, and the money gets used for the community.
And the $100 you post, that you pay for it, goes back into the
right back
community.
into Woodland. So yeah, what's the problem?
So, I mean, it goes back into that.
Okay, well, it's never been done in the past. I was just curious why it's changed.
We're just trying to make it
Thank you.
across the
Fair
board.
for everyone.
Okay. Linda?
I just have a couple of questions. The road that goes from here down to Emerald, as we were coming up here, I mean, that is in really bad shape. We've got some major holes and ruts in there. And it really, I mean, you hit that with your tire and poof. In fact, we hit it not too long ago and blew one of our tires out. And the second question was.
Just let you know, he's on it.
Yeah,
He's already,
oh,
he's
there-
been,
here you are.
he's been notified.
Okay.
Thank you, though, for letting us know.
You brought up something, what was it? Oh, no, you did. The accounts,
Yes.
the
The restricted accounts?
restricted accounts.
Yes.
What was the reason for you changing banks?
Well, we had 13 different accounts and 3 different banks, and it was impossible. It was a shuffle.
Right,
And every time you had to do something, you were writing a check to this one to do this and this one to do that. So to clarify it and to keep better control of it, we went to one bank instead of having it scattered all over the place. In doing so, then we could put that money in one account
Okay.
where we can draw interest on it. We still use it like we did before, and it's only used like on the restricted funds. Part of that money is only used for that, but it's just held there instead of 13 other places trying to keep track of that.
Okay. And my last question, when this fish are stocked, are there a size limit that you're going to
We're going smaller this year with fish again.
Okay, did you talk to the Conservation Department about the small fish?
He called me and
Did
we
he?
talked, yes.
And he didn't say that putting small fish in was nothing but feeder fish for the large
No,
ones?
we're not putting small fish in.
Well, he told me that 6 inches or less were feeder fish.
Well, we are gonna put some in that are smaller.
Then they're gonna be feeder fish.
We are gonna put some in because we do need to have some smaller fish in there. I sat and talked to him about it, so did Mike. We don't wanna overstock it.
Just
We
out of
listed-
curiosity,
We listed what size we were putting in there. We're gonna put catfish 8 to 12 inches. We do have some channel, catfish. They're all gonna be probably over the 6 inches that I see here.
Yeah, I don't believe it was many that were below the 6 inches.
No, but we did
It was
have to
just,
have-
we're not going the 12-inch
We're
ones
not
like we're
going to very
doing.
huge fish like we did
These are the
last year.
professionals that are suggesting what we do, correct?
Correct. We sat and went over every fish, everything.
is this the same farm that was used
Yeah.
prior?
Yes. They know everything about our lakes.
And are we gonna have some kind of crappie beds put in at the dams? That was my last question.
Well, we discussed that last year.
Yeah, I
about-
know, and it never was done.
I guess it's something we could look into to doing it.
Yeah,
then.
that's the first I've
We
heard
can
of
come
it,
up with
but-
some kind of.
No, they were talking
something to
about
use.
putting like trees in there and,
Yeah, some of the owners wanted to
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
if
the
they could
owners wanted to
come
do
out
it?
and do stuff
Well,
too. but
some of
it
the
needs to
lakes
be
out here,
controlled.
Spring Lake at the dams, put some kind of a crappie bed thing in there so that people who don't have boats can fish for crappie.
well, there was some, property owners that put little beds in at Woodland, right around their own.
Well, we can't walk Woodland.
Well, that's true.
Okay,
so-
well, we
This
got
will
a
take
note
care
of
of
it,
it.
so we'll
Okay.
we'll do a little research
Okay,
on
we'll
that.
see what we
Thank
can
you.
come up with.
They can't walk Woodland because it's up from the 5 foot.
Okay,
It's
that's
been
everybody
for
on the
several
list.
years.
Tommy, come on up, Tom.
Take about 30 seconds of your time.
I got a lot of time.
I don't have a lot of time, we didn't order about a minute. I'd like to know if we got anything implemented about cleaning up these lots, all the trash on, has been
Sure.
taken care of, are we
Hired
overseeing that?
You know, we have a person that's been working on that, been going out, documenting it, sending out letters, so that way, and we've gotten some response back where people have asked for some more time due to the weather and everything else. Some people have responded back and started cleaning up. Some we haven't yet. So we, as a board, have got to take steps of what we're going to do about that next.
I guess that's what
But
I'm
that
asking.
list is growing. Well, we got quite a few that have went out on notices.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Sure.
There's none that I know. None that I know.
Vehicles allowed?
She means like campers, Linda? Oh, vehicles.
I don't know that I've seen a
Well,
restriction.
they're not supposed to
There's
be in
nothing.
here.
Well,
They're
derelict
not
vehicles are
licensed.
not
Derelict
allowed.
are not supposed to be in there, as far as I know, but I've never seen anything in the indentures of stating how many vehicles you can have on a lot. And I agree with you, I know we got some lots that seem like, they're junk lots, you know, for what the people do, and those are eyesores, that's for sure.
They have to be licensed, or they can be,
No,
So-
these can't be in disrepair. So,
right.
it doesn't
Right.
say anything about having to have insurance on them, though, in our indentures. It just says they have to be operational. That's what it says.
Well, that's insurance.
So that's a gray area too, you know? Heck, so, anyway. But yeah, we've got an employee now working on that kind of stuff, so I think you're gonna see a big push this spring, summer.
Yep. All right, well, that's it, we close the meeting, thank you.